Hello, MJ lovers. Welcome to another class. Today we are drafting a cowl bubu dress. It's going to be a knee-length dress because that's all we have for our fabric. And we are starting with our neck measurements of 4.5 for the depth and then 3 inches for the width. And that's for the front part of it. The back part is going to be 3 by 1.5. With the aid of our curve, I'm going to draw in the curves, and I'm using a colored chalk so that it will be very obvious for you. Take note of how the fabric is folded. We are drafting both the front and back on the same face, so take note of the fold. It has 4 layers. Now we are going to measure our full length, which is 27. So I'm going for 27 inches because half of my across back is 7 inches. I need about 14 inches to make my sleeve, and I'm going to use 6 inches as a fold. So that makes 27. Now we are going to take our shoulder to hip, which is 25 inches, and then my full length. In fact, I don't have a choice. That's the length of the cloth I have, so we've got to do with it, guys. So my hip measurement is 10 inches. I'm going to add an excess of 4 to 8, making 14. In fact, at the end of making this dress, I had to add in extra because the 14 wasn't enough for me. I added about 2 inches to both sides. So if you are drafting, make yours 16, so 6 inches extra. Now armhole depth is going to be 16 inches for our armhole, and then you draw a straight line. To guide us have a straight line, we are going to measure 27 inches at that end as well. Okay. Guys, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe button so that whenever we drop a video, you can get notified. Thank you. Now we are drawing a straight line from the hip to the hem of the dress, and then we are curving in from the straight line to the armhole, from our hip to the armhole. Okay, let's cut out. Guys, please like the post, drop a comment for us, what you want to learn. You can drop it in the comment section and then we'll do something on it. Now flip open the fabric. If you notice, when we are cutting out the neck, we only cut out the back neck and we left the front neck. Guys, please take note. You don't cut both. Cut one and make sure you create notches before you open up, and then you cut the other one. If we had cut the other one on the face, that would have been a long neck because it would cut 4 layers instead of 2. So that's me creating my notches so that even if I open the full cloth, I can still trace where the middle of my neck is. So it's very necessary. We'll get to a point where you understand why it's necessary. So the next thing to do is to find where we are going to create our fold on the shoulder. So as said earlier, our cross back is 7 inches and we used 3 to create our neck, and so 4 left. That's what I measured, and then I'm measuring the distance. That's the 6 inches that I'm going to use for my fold. So you can mark the middle, which is 3 inches, so it guides you in folding. I hope this is clear enough. We are folding 6 inches, but it's going to be 3 on both sides, 3 on each side. Good. And then you pin it down. Pin down the entire fold before you flip to the other part of the fabric. And make sure it's straight. Okay. Now we are going to replicate what we did behind. 4 inches for the rest of the shoulder, and then 6 inches, that's 3 by 3, to create our fold, and the rest will be used to create our sleeve. I hope this is easy to understand, guys. Don't get confused. If this helps you, make sure you drop a comment for us. Thank you, guys. The next thing we are going to do is to cut our facing. Cut your facing. You are not going to use lining in this fabricing, so you cut out your facing. Make sure you are laying on fold, shoulder to shoulder, on fold, and then you pin it down. Cut out the neck shape, and then when you are done, you finish the edges of the fabric. Guys, yours can be bigger and wider than what I have here. As I said earlier, that's the only cloth left, so I've got to do what I've got to do to make it work. This is the finished work. This is beautiful. I know in the tutorial I didn't slit the front on cam, but guys, I slitted it to see if I can do some style be there, but I'm fat. And so I had to close it. Okay, the next thing I did was to add belts to it. This is because my length is not long enough. I just used bias to do my finishing. Then I created a belt inside to give it shape anytime I don't want to wear it loose. You can place your belts on your dart line, your apex to apex. You can use that one, or just about an inch away from your apex measurements. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, guys. Make yours and then comment in the comment section. Let's see how it goes. Thanks for joining this class. See you in my next class. And this is me rocking my outfits. Aww. See you guys.